はい、こんばんは、レイブです。はい、サイコブレイクができなかったので、こっちに戻ってまいりました。サイコブレイク本当はね、やり込みたかったんですけど、ちょっとね、キャプチャーボードとか、ちょっといろいろ試してみて、配信できるようになったらまた再開しようと思うので、ちょっととりあえずね、PS4 のシェア機能で配信できるゲームからやっていこうかなって思います。これめっちゃ時間かかりそうだなって思ったからね、やらずにいようかなって思ってたんですけど、まあこれも案の定、あれなんですよね。バツボタンゲームだったこれ。オープンワールドなんで、なんか後回しっていうか、間開けちゃうと何してたっけってなっちゃうんですよね、多分これ。だからまあ、もうバババって、これも攻略して終わらせちゃいたいなっていう思いです。ウィッチャーみたいにすごい長くないといいけどね。まあゲームオーバーになったらゲームオーバーってそこで終わりましょうっていう感じっていうか、終わりにしちゃおうかなって思ってます。思いのほかなんかね、ちょっと複雑すぎる感じはするんでね、このゲーム。でもね、ちょっとオニールみたいなメガネのお気に入りの先生がいるんで、ちょっと彼は助けてあげたいなっていうか、うん、彼とは仲良くなりたいなとかって勝手に思ってたりするんですけどね。あれ、ロード長いな。しかしこれね、私、村人の血を吸わないスタイルでいるから結構、なんつうんだろう、普通に敵倒すの大変でさ、次何しなきゃいけないんだっけ。人間の暮らしを学ぶ。ホワイトチャペルに到達する。なるほど。これ追跡したいね。まず、ここを追跡しようか。これマップってどこで見んだっけ。ここじゃない。間違えた。これか。操作が、なんか強いのいていけなかったんだっけ。今レベル9か。ちょっと、いくら切ってみようか。やばい、サイコブレイクとボタンが真反対すぎてちょっと。×ボタン、決定×ボタン。ホワイトチャペルはこっちでしょ。なるほど。間違えた。攻撃しちゃった。ちょっと操作確認ということで。オッケーオッケー。これが回避ね。こっちじゃない、こっちじゃない、こっちや。ここ抜けて、 ミッチャーセンス。はいはい、オッケーオッケー。あれここって。はあ、はあはあ、あの人たち結構強いんだよね。レベル10。あ、まあどうにかなっか。はあはあ。まあ無視していくのが良さげ。オッケー。あれあれ、勝手に走り動いた。なんかね、この橋んとこにいいんだよ絶対。復活すんだよねこの人たち。何ですか。おいしょおいしょ。オッケー。フラット結構使っちゃったな。ここに強いのがいいんだよね確かね。ほらレベル高いんだよこの人たち。あー、ちょっとダメ元で行ってみる。ここまでねレベル違うとね多分ねこのゲームきついんだよね。フラッと効かない拳銃。基本的にちょっとダメ元で行ってみようか。おっと、なんかロックオンがうまく機能してないな。オッケー。敵ボスキャラやんこれ。やっぱそっちじゃない。待って、回復なんだっけ。やっばい、ダメージがでかい。あ、終わる終わる終わる。ダメージがでかすぎる。終わったー。もう一匹は楽勝だったけど、あと操作がねいや、スタミナ性があるの忘れてたわ。あなたは破壊されました。はい、破壊されました。いや、でもここ倒せるな、頑張れば。これ死んじゃうとなんかデメリットあったっけ。いや、ロードが長い、ロードが。いや、ロードが長い、ロードが。どっからどっから。今グリフィン出てたけど。お前じゃねえ。やばい。 もうすでに体力がやばい。なんでやばいな。ちょっと2人いるのきついな。あれ、こんなにスタミナなくなるの早い？ちょっと待って。いや、市民の血が進化のための一番の早道ってのはわかるんだけどさ、吸いたくないんですよ。っていうか、回復とか全然間に合わんな。血清とか使ってみる？ちょっと試しに。なんかあった気がすんだよな。ちょっとだいぶ操作忘れてるな、戦闘の。一匹銃でぶっ殺しちゃうか。こんなにスタミナ足んなかったっけ？これロックオンでしょ。ちょっと待って。もう操作が。久しぶりに別のゲームやると使うとほんとダメだね。もう×ボタンだよ。イライラ。なんもねえな。オートファジー L1 だよね。オートファジーここにセッティングしようぜ。回復。アルティメットパワーとかな。スタミナすぐなくなっちゃうからな。バリー狙いたいけど、とりあえずマチエーテでスタミナなくさないようにして、これだよね。オッケーオッケー。なんでそっちに行くの？こっちこっち。よし。やばい、ダメージが。ダメ。ちゃんと血を吸ってから行こう。ちょっとブラッドが足んなすぎる。勝てなくはねえな。ちゃんと回復しながら。あと血清とかも持ち込みたいけど、ちょっと戻るのめんどくさいな。何回死んでんだろうね、ここで。でもね、このミッションもね、やりたいんですよ。私のお気に入りキャラちゃんからのね、ミッションなので。ストーリーガンガン進めてもいいんだけどさ。どっかにネズミいないから、ネズミ。血が足らん、血が。あそこにいるの倒すか、一人。ちょっと オッケー。これで血はいっぱいになったから、こいつからのダメージもやばい。やばいやばいやばい、死ぬ。武器の切り替えが間に合っていない。いや、きついな。悪い。おっと危ね。いい感じよ。スタミナ足らん。よし、いけ。あ、やばい。よし、いけ。一発。はい。影扱うのずるすぎだよね。おーっと痛い。よし、いいぞ。いけ。よし、いいぞ。慣れてきた慣れてきた。もう一発。よし、いいぞ。はい、もう一発。おい。おっと、やばい。オッケー。倒した。あー、危ねー。あれ、これで終わり？いや、強かったです。強かったです。ストリックランド石のリスト。ふんふんふんふん。
Opium is one of the main ingredients of Strickland's medication. Never a good move.
ストリックランドさんさ、って私の好きなキャラだっけ？ちょっと名前が。私の好きなキャラですね。あまり良くない感じですね。彼が作ろうとしている薬は。 なんか今声聞こえた気がしたんだけど。いやー、強かったですね。やっぱりバリーしながら戦うのがやっぱ一番強いな。怪物にはそれが通用するからね。おっとっと、なんかいろいろ踏んづけた。お、あ、なんか渡れたわ。間違えた。あ、病院に戻る。ちょっと丸ボタン×ボタンが分かんなくなってるんですよ。ムシガムシガムシガムシ。ここで死んでらんないからね。オッケー、帰ってきたよ、安全地帯。病院のここから中入れたっけ。あ、入れた。どこにいんだ。あ、いたいたいた。あれ、
I cannot enter. Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
なんかあの目のマークってさ、確かなんか話してる時に出るやつだったよね。まあいいや。
As for me, what a blundering idiot.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland. And good evening to you, Dr. Reed.
かわい
Can
い、
I
やっ
be of
ぱ
any
ストリッ
help?
クランド。
I located the shop, but it was vandalized, and the owner is missing. All I found was your order.
I was afraid of such bad news. People are so desperate they're ready to burgle a shop for drugs.
That's quite a list you ordered. Opium, sodium hypochlorite. It can't be just headaches you're trying to cure.
This dreadful influenza, of course. I already ran some tests on hopeless cases. Without success, I must admit.
Do you realize you could create a lethal poison without the correct dosage? Then there are the legal ramifications.
Is this not true of any medical substance, Dr. Reed? However, if you would agree to improve it, I'd be glad to accept your help.
As long as you promise to be scrupulous with your experiments, I may try to gather these substances and even help improve upon the mixture.
That's all I'm asking for, Dr. Reed. That's all I'm asking.
お、協力しようってなってる。これって青いのって聞いたって話ことだっけ。あ、でも違うな。
I want to know about these secret tests you run, and if they can save people from this epidemic. Speak to me now, Thoreau.
I know I may sound presumptuous, but I'm just following your steps, Dr. Reed. I'm casting away the shadows of ignorance by daring to face them.
Self-confidence is essential in our line of work.
あ、急に文字小さくなった。どう
But
いう
only
こ
if
とだ。
tempered with the correct amount of cynicism.
But
Oh,
you
my
never doubt
God.
yourself, Dr. Reed. I've read all your articles and books. You performed the most daring research during the war.
いや、可愛いから協力してあげるよ。
You have my support, Dr. Strickland. I know exactly what it feels like to battle an unknown disease with only your mind and force of will to help you.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. You don't know what that means to me.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my
え、
patient,
可愛いじ
Dr.
ゃん、
Reed.
ストリックランド。
Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Aykroyd's behavior, a man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland. I can't let Strickland put his patients at risk with opium. Perhaps an adjusted formula will deliver more.
How long must I wait,
placebo
damn it?
effect.
Blaming me will not further your agenda, sir.
How long's it going to take to fix me properly? A month? A year?
You have the right to disapprove of our methods, and you will kindly apologize when you're feeling better.
喧嘩しとんやん、患者と。大丈夫、ストリックランド。まあ、とりあえず素材を集めようか。どこで手に入るの？薬品棚に。あ？薬品棚ってどこ？
My sweet girl reads me like a book. I never could keep anything from her.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
いちいちさ、説明がさ、少なすぎんだよね、このゲーム。ミッション。薬品棚。薬品棚がまずどこよ。
As for me,
なんか近くっぽいな。
what blundering idiot.
まずマークが出ない。22、20、19、18、17、16、15、13、12、19、8、7。あれこっち側だな。薬品だな。あれヴァンパイアなの鏡映るんだ。薬品棚ってどこ？いや説明なさすぎるやろ本当に。困ったな。自分の部屋とか？
Strickland's project could be dangerous. I have a mind to report him to Dr. Aykroyd.
あ、なんかできたっぽいわ。
The flower's dying. It needs water.
水が必要だなって。どうやって水あげればいいんだろう。所長へソローに薬を持ってアクロイド医師にソローについて報告する。あー、どっちか選べってこと？いや、ソローちゃん選ぶわ。アクロイド医師よりソローの方がさ。でも報告していいのかな。ちょっと迷うけど。でもソロちゃん可愛いからな。実際アヘンってどれぐらい危険なんだろうね。ハビカ殺したくないけど、ちょっと待ってね。どっちか選択肢選べって感じなのかなこれ。とりあえず。
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
I have managed to improve the mixture by diluting it. Have you ever heard of Sir Joseph
ジョ
Francis
セフだっ
Olive,
て。
or the placebo effect?
No, I don't think so. Why?
A placebo is a substance or procedure that has no actual physical effect.
You made a placebo of my project. Why?
Research has established that a placebo, as long as the subject believes in the effect, can provoke a positive physiological reaction.
Really? That's fascinating. And you want me to, what, administer the placebo and see what occurs?
Something like that, yes.
Well, I'm a bit surprised, but I trust you, Dr. Reed. Please take the key to my cabinet and put this placebo there for future use.
はあ。
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
やっぱ選択肢1個もう一人に相談するっていうの消えたね。医師の事務所に薬を置く。やっぱどっちかに味方するしかなかったんだ。ソロの部屋ってこっちだったよね確か。入れた。入れた。推しの部屋入れた。
It's locked, all right. It's locked.
ソロ君の棚どこ？なんだこれ。アクロイドのカルテだ。はあ。
At least Strickland can't kill anyone with this formula.
なんか今見忘れたけ
It's
ど
locked, all right.
制御されている。今なんつったジョナサン。はあ、まあこれでミッションは完了した感じか。セカンドクエスト成功。彼女のサブクエは結構離れたとこなんだっけ。まあよくわかんないからちょっとメインクエスト進めましょうか。もう操作がいいや。はい。 っちから出れたっけ？これ方向合ってる？このまままっすぐだな。いや、マップ覚えづらいんだよな、このゲーム。真っ暗なせいか。このまま橋渡って、まあ基本夜しか行動できないから暗いのはしょうがないんだけど、結構深刻だって。やばくない？ここ。あー、ここもなんか強いのいるっつって行きたくないってなったの覚えてるわ。あいつは大丈夫だな。めっちゃいるじゃん。もう人間だったらどうとでもなるっていうか。あれ？スタミナがないんだ。まあこの辺だったらまだ倒せるね。こっち行けない。方向音痴、こっちか。デッドインサイド。だいぶ治安悪いね。ネズミ。
I have this thirst for blood. This is despicable.
あんまりね、ネズミ吸うとね、なんかジョナサンが自己嫌悪に陥るんだよ、このゲー
Can't
ム。
believe I'm doing this.
ネズミがいるってことは拠点が近くにあるんじゃない？隠れ家が。なんもないか。めっちゃ会話しとんな。いるね。ああ、3人いるね。目的地そこなんだよな。ああ、やっぱ倒さないとダメか。 スタン無理。とりあえず一人でも倒さんと。やばい。ちょっとやばい。ダメージでかいんですけど。やばい、死ぬかも。ちょっとこの人強いな。1対1ならどうとでもなる。おい、オッケー。はい、オッケー。いけ、もうちょい。はい、オッケー。強かったわ。
Whitechapel. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail.
Oh.
First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
隠れ家が近くにあるよって言ってるけど。これではないな。撃たれた。
Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
誰これ。
What happened? Did you really steal that man's medication?
Hey, I didn't do anything. It ain't me.
All right. Perhaps the poor drunk just confused you with someone else.
Sod off, mister. You ain't got no clue what's going on here. Bastard was a soldier in the war, so now he's got the right to shoot me.
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps you could help me.
I said sod off. Go find yourself another guide.
すげえ態度悪いなこいつ。
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? If you know anything about her, I'd appreciate it.
Never heard of her. She's pretty, I'll keep an eye out.
ほんとクソ野郎だな
Goodbye,
こい
young
つ。
I won't end up another drunk arsehole littering the streets. Not me.
こっちじゃないな。まあ話しかけるだけ話しかけるか。
What? Shooting a boy in the middle of the street. Not the best thing to do.
柄悪いなここら辺の人。
You saw what happened. Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor. And no one can help me. Not even you.
Perhaps you could focus for a moment and tell me your troubles.
I'm sick, broke, and my son just stole my pills.
息子なの？
Everything's coming up roses.
What can you tell me about this place?
Nothing to say, really. This is where I used to live, and this is where I live now.
You mean you used to have a better life?
Yeah, I had a wife, a home, and a job. I even used to have a name. Now I'm just Ben. Ben the Tramp.
Whatever the boy did, I'm sure he didn't deserve a public execution.
I swear I didn't want to hit him. It's just that I'm sick in the head, you see, and the boy he just failed me last nerve.
What is it, Benjamin? It was the war, wasn't it? Your nerves are shot, aren't they? I need some answers, Private. From one soldier to another.
The doctors called me a liar, a coward. Put me in a straitjacket, locked me up.
Oh。
Finally, they sent me back to the front lines with a handful of tablets.
やばくない？
Yes. Sounds like shell shock. I've seen a few cases like yours. This is nothing you should be ashamed of, Benjamin. And it's perfectly natural in your situation.
I'm not ashamed. I just need my pills. Peace and quiet, that's all.
You don't seem well, Benjamin. Do you need any help?
I always feel ill, sir. It's like I'm never right.
片頭痛の薬が必要。なるほど。
I will see you later. Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Have you heard anything?
It's funny, I've been searching for her too. I need some pills. But the woman is a phantom, if you ask me.
Really? And why is that?
Word is she ain't real. She's a cover for some doctor who runs an illegal dispensary for migrants.
あ
What can you tell me about this place?
Nothing to say, really. This is where I used to live, and this is where I live now.
You don't have anywhere to go? No family that would welcome you?
Not since the death of my wife, Albert's mother. She was sick, you see. Long before the flu and all this shit.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now.
片頭痛ね。ああ、ラグいラグい。ダリウス・ペドレックスを見つけて話す。
I won't end up another drunk arsehole littering the streets. Not me.
隠れ家探そう。あ、なんかいるな。こっちか。あ？こっちだね。
Someday you'll understand.
え、どこに隠れ家あんの？あれ、この辺なんだけどな。 れか。あった。
It's locked.
これどうすればロック解除できるんでしょうか。ここっぽいな。うん、これだよね。あ、これか。こっちか。いやー、ロードが長いのやっぱストレスだね。ホワイトチャペル申告。あれ、隠れ家に来たわけではなさそうだぞこれ。うわー、血だらけ。あ、隠れ家アンロック。あ、やっぱここ隠れ家か。片頭痛の薬作れるかな。作れないねまだ。これで開くんだ。オッケーオッケー。は？え？なんでスカルがいるの？自分より強いしね。新しい収集品。あ、いろいろゲットしたけど、なんで隠れ家のすぐ横にスカルがいるね。治安悪いねこの辺やっぱ。とりあえず隠れ家を発見したからちょっとクエスト進めましょうか。誰かを探せばいいんでしょう。ダリウス・ペドレスク。 ここどこ状態なんだけど。あー、こっから行けたんだ。なるほど。復活してないよね。大丈夫だよね。さっき喧嘩してたのがそこで、
I cannot enter.
I cannot enter。 てか結構死体落ちてんな。やばいね。女の人の声聞こえる。やっぱあなたか。
Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous cure for this unknown and deadly epidemic?
Actually, I am.
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect health.
Oh, really? Why didn't I hear about it during my studies?
何、宗
I'm
教系？
Jonathan Reed, by the way. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir. I'm Loretta Swanborough, and it's always a pleasure to meet a fellow healer.
Tell me, who intrigues you most in Whitechapel?
The region itself is something to see, but I would say Camellia the mute florist who gives away her flowers.
Is there anyone I should avoid?
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The bloody bastard remorselessly exploits poor migrants as soon as they get here.
What do you think of the locals?
Most of them are afraid or desperate. They all come to me eventually for my remedy.
I'd like to see what kind of medicine you're selling.
あーへんとかある。あー、この辺買い占められるけどね。
Good evening, my dear colleague.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like to talk about competition.
Competition, you say?
Never met her, but it seems she provides some sort of medical care to the poor. The whole thing has to be some sort of scam, if you ask me.
あー、そういうことなの
Goodbye,
ね。
Miss Swanborough. Perhaps we'll talk again.
ね、どこにいるんじゃ、その目的の人は。こっちじゃないな。こっちだね。
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to. There's no one in.
Oh. あ、いるじゃん。
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nethercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
そっか、このウィッチャーセンスこういう使い方すんのか。
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
教会の近く。なんかいっぱいいるね。
Joe, please, I don't have your money.
Come on.
Welcome, sir. Please, take a browse of my wares.
I am Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis. Usually I don't have time to waste with
あ、
talk,
なんか
but at this
関わ
hour
る
of
なって
night
言
I
わ
can
れた
hardly
人か
refuse.
だっけ？誰だっけ？
As a merchant, you see Whitechapel every day. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary recently?
Well, you mean besides the epidemic, the war, and all the usual crap? As long as I can remember, this part of town has been a bottomless pit, and no sign of the bottom yet.
Violence is increasing in the borough.
Yeah. A few nights ago, some blokes jumped me. Came out of condemned workshops. Fever. Madness. Something like that.
Where did this happen? Why did you go there?
In the closed workshops nearby. I worked there as an apprentice in better days. Now I only go to find trinkets or tools. Too bad I was mugged, though. There was good money in that little box of loot I lost.
Have you been hurt?
No, but that's only because I ran like hell. Those men were raving lunatics, I tell you. Not even able to speak anymore, just screaming.
How is business around here?
Business? I had no business. Between this racket, the bitch really is a nurse, then. Always thought she was just some crafty foreigner, that one.
So she's trying to help her fellow immigrants. Why would that make her a villain?
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your precious nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
薬配ってんだ。
Right then. Show me what you have.
あ、いっぱい持ってる。ありがとう。出た、ジョー・ピーターソン。
Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off!
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reed, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
According to you, physicians are scarce in this part of town. Why is that?
Not familiar with this neighborhood, are you? I guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
May I ask what you do around here?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays well, too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle for their dirty work.
Most people don't become thugs when unemployed. This is a choice you made.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons, and that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago, I even called the bastard my best friend.
Have you heard
関
of a
係性が
nurse
どんどん
named Dorothy
増え
Crane?
てくね。
She's a colleague of mine and is supposed to live around here.
Dorothy Crane? Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
なるほどね。
Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed, and I would like to ask you a few questions. May I enter, please?
Sorry, no, sir. My father does not like people entering our house, you see.
ハリー。お。
Your father is worried about you, boy. He asked me to look for you.
So my father actually worries about me then. Okay then. Come on in.
これやっぱ催眠術かなんかなんだ。
Even my dreams are soaked with glue.
なるほどなるほど。人の家来て物色するっていう。
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
So, may I ask you a few questions?
I'm not bothered. What could be worse?
Forgive my bluntness, young man, but you don't seem happy living in Whitechapel.
Why should I? I never wanted to come here in the first place. It was my father's decision. And look around you. Does this look like a nice place to live?
You have a roof over your head, a place to call home. Many people here are not as lucky, you know.
That's exactly what my father says. Harry, you should be grateful for what you've got. I wasn't even consulted when we moved here.
If life here is so terrible for you, why don't you just leave this place? Have you ever spoken to your father about it?
I don't go outside. It terrifies me so. I went outside once without my father noticing and I saw terrible things. Bloody and frightening things.
So that's why you stay at home all day? For fear of the epidemic?
I'm not afraid of disease or death, Dr. Reed. It's the living
あ、出
I'm
た。
afraid
生
of.
きてる人間の方が怖いパティーン。
Your father and Mr. Lewis used to be good friends. What happened, Harry?
I was young then. I don't remember Mr. Lewis ever coming back again after my mother died. Or was it after my father started bullying him? I don't know.
But you are not responsible for your father's actions.
Am I not? Dad always says that he joined that gang for my safety. So if I wasn't born, people wouldn't be worrying about Colossus Joe.
Have you tried speaking to Mr. Lewis about it?
I don't go out often, but yes. And he scolded me and told me to leave him alone. I guess my father frightens him too much.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
Yes, I know her. She came here to examine me when I was very sick. She said I should go out more.
Goodbye, young man. Take care of yourself.
なるほどね。
Even my dreams are soaked with gloom.
ということで、まあ建物の中にいてちょっと安全っぽいんで、今日はここで終わりにしたいと思います。なんだかんだ結構やってるからね、1時間ぐらい。はい。ということで、見に来てくださった方、ありがとうございました。